Hello and welcome to Enchanted Babes, the show with D&D under the sea. I am NerdKicks and I'm joined as always by my players Ashta, Alex, and Sun. It's been a while, things have been going on, but I'm really excited to play again, especially given kind of where we left off last time, which was um, our our friends have been staying at the Temple of Galathea um, with an associate of Thauma, um, and have made their way over towards the prison in disguise as prospective um, members of the Church of Didea to pray in the prison over the inmates, and managed to stop at a jewelry store where I believe we had a successful theft from the kleptical, and then made your way towards the prison where you had the luckiest freaking roll I cannot believe, trying to lie your way in, and rolled like I think it was like a 7 and a 9 on some deception checks, and then the guards rolled double ones. And so the last thing that happened was the person at the like gate to the entrance to the prison said that she found your names in the list, and you would have to surrender your any magical items, and that is where we left off. Also, you were informed that there is absolutely no spell casting within the prison.
Would I be aware if that's just a rule or if they have something baked in that will set off an alarm or just immediately fizz out spells?
Make a history check.
History. I just hit that one.
And everyone make a perception check.
Ooh.
17.
On history?
For the history check. Yep. And perception.
Perception, 30-20.
30-20.
Leo got a
Perception
9.
6.
Is that a 16 and a 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so dirty 20. Elomi, you have kind of heard that there's just no magic within the prison. And Thauma, you saw that when you started to try to cast, or when you cast minor illusion, the gate that is behind the desk where you're at glowed like a gray glow in reaction to magic. And it seemed like there was sort of like a field within the gate. Like the inside might be different than the outside. Your spell did function where you're at, and you are still magically disguised where you are, but you notice that there's definitely some kind of field. Yeah.
The further we get, the more my harebrained plan doesn't seem to be enough.
Leo, you notice that one of the guards is really beefy and has a really cool shark tail.
Nice.
That's what you notice.
I just, quietly flex and check out my muscles and compared to the guards. Nice.
All right.
I don't know if our plan is gonna work. We gotta at least go in.
Yep. Let's at least scope it out. Out of character, by the way. There's no way that I'm saying that out loud next to fucking cops.
Leo's a bit oblivious, so they're just
Thauma.
gonna start taking off like their stuff, putting it on the table, taking off the amulet and the healing potion, or is it potions that they have in their pocket? And just sort of dumping it.
Up, yeah. Yeah, so and there's like a tray that they're letting you put all these items into. Elomi and Thauma, are you removing your magical items?
Yes. The collectible tries to keep a hold of the clamshell, but Thauma wrestles it away with their hands.
Only
Cute.
only in a guitar, looking at the guards and saying, for hymns.
The guards kind of roll their eyes at you. So once you've finished putting all of your items in the tray, she kind of waves her hands over it, and it gets it turns almost into like a gift basket look with like a little magical thing, and it gets carried into a door that's right behind her.
Okay.
At which point, let's hope that it does it right. So I'm changing the map on Owlbear. And I just realized the gold gate thing that I drew, this actually should be here. So you are in this area. No, sorry, I forgot. There's an extra room over here. You're here. The gate is right here. So you are not yet on the map.
Okay.
And so the two guards in front of that door, in front of the golden arch. It's not golden. It's like a gray arch. Sort of step aside or move aside and gesture for you to enter in through the magical arch.
Leo's just gonna swim through. I don't think I was wearing any sort of disguise.
I don't think you were disguised, and I think Elomi was disguised with makeup.
Yeah, I think it's just makeup.
It was a 24.
Nice.
My face is beat. I am ready.
While we were waiting, and like taking off all of our stuff, I'm gonna just resituate, and the hood of my cloak is just gonna go up, just like pretending that there's a underwater draft of cold air.
Okay. So what I wrote down was that you've disguised yourself as like an orange and red Ursulani with long black hair. That's what you disguised yourself as.
But is that like literally changing the pigments in your skin rather than like a magical effect?
No, it was disguised self.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used it with disguise self.
Boo. Okay.
Because it would. My innate magic would that be?
We don't know. I guess we're gonna test that theory.
I don't know.
Leo's just gonna swim on through because they're oblivious and just go on through.
Okay. You pass through and you feel kind of like a weird like fizzle around you. It's very almost like tickles for just a quick moment, and then you nothing else seems to happen, and you pass through a double door. Who's next?
I'll go in, and right before going through, I'm gonna switch from disguise self to innate magic.
Okay.
Which does have it. I believe it's 13. I'll save to see through it. But it's my body.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide what you need to roll to see how seamlessly you can do it.
Because if you do it while you're taking the... Because you were saying you want to take off the robe, yeah? You could almost do that while you're taking off the robe to disguise the...
How's your sleight of hand?
Should be good.
Versus, like, performance.
My sleight of hand is a +8. My performance is only a +2.
All right. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check. It's not really hand, but
30-20.
30,
Sleight
20?
of body.
Sleight of body.
Which none of us are.
True.
As you pass underneath the archway, it glows. It starts to glow gray as you approach it, and you kind of time it with it starting to glow. You manage to like whip your hood up and have your actual skin shift to a closer to orange color. Like your actual skin can't get close to this color that your disguised self had. It can't get that bright, but it can kind of. So you manage to do a pretty seamless transition from your disguised self into your natural skin color, and you as you get directly under the archway, it starts to glow, the gray like glow, and you actually get sort of frozen in place for a moment under the archway, and one of the guards looks up and comes over to you and says, "Ursulani?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I gotta pat you down."
All of the tentacle out of the frame just kind of like spread and just like, fine.
And you have weapons on you?
Yeah, they said magical items.
It did say magical items. Okay, that's fine.
So like my crossbow's there.
He pats you down and he identifies each weapon. He knows where all of your weapons are. And he also then waves his hand and it glows, and he kind of like waves it in front of you. And your tentacles glow underneath it because you have magic blood. It has identified the magic in your blood, and he's just says, just got to make sure it's just you and not anything else, right? And then he kind of gestures at the gate, and you feel your body be able to move forward again.
Now, seeing that everyone else has gone in flawlessly, Elomi's everything's put down except for the guitar, of course. And they're going to just very peaceably go through, I think.
Yeah, you float through, and you also feel this like weird kind of tingly, tickly feeling for a moment, and you make it through. And you have all made it into the foyer. I don't know.
I thought we were going to be undone.
I have to pause here, son. You literally just read my damn mind, because I was sitting here going, if they just go through that, it's gonna drop. And I was like, what if it would work if they? You just read my mind. So the one way I could think of to get you through that.
Well, I'm like, so they noticed that like it's gonna detect magic. Like, fuck. Okay. Well, hopefully they know that Ursulani are all magic. So.
Anyway, so you have made it through, and as you go through this double door, you see a statue in front of you. Elomi, you are aware. Thauma, you might be aware. This is King Harriston again. It's just like a statue of him with a kind of scepter, looking, regal. And there are 2 desks, one on either side of the statue, and 2 large guards in front of you. There's a door to your left. That is down here that just closed. There's no one standing in front of it. And then there's a door to your right that has a very beefy shark tail guard in front of it.
Okay.
Do we know which way we need to go?
What was the section that Kale's supposed to be in?
He is in the annex.
In the annex. Are there any signs that point the way?
The sign to your right, the one with the beef, or the door to your right with the beefy guy, the door just says no entry. The door to the left says, the fuck is the word I'm looking for?
Personnel only.
No, it says like beds, barracks, the place where people sleep.
Okay, so yeah, guard
Guard.
barracks.
No, inmate.
So,
Oh, cells.
inmate barrack?
Cell block.
What is the word I'm looking for?
Ward?
Ward. We'll go with ward. And then ahead is a double door that's like slightly ajar. And you can hear kind of the chatter and the clank of dishes. There seems to be a bunch of people ahead. Let me find the right button. See if I do this right. There. Did that work? Hey, it did. Yeah, there's like a double door that's like a jar.
Does it seem like it's just a finite room, like that's where the mess hall is, or does it seem like that opens up to a mess hall and a rec room?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
I don't fully understand the question.
22.
22. You can see sort of through the cracks between the two guards. People are eating. There are tables. I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal that room.
Okay.
And the two guards standing in front of the door, are kind of looking at you expectantly.
I was just gonna say to Elomi if they can ask maybe where the annex is, as that's where we've been assigned to proselytize. If that's the word I want.
Proselytize. Yeah, it's essentially what it
I
is.
don't think that's the right word, but
But yeah. Pardon me, it's been a minute. Do we begin past these doors behind you two, lovely warrior Didea, or do we go through the wall?
Say?
Warriors blessed by Didea, or do we go through this ward here?
Yeah, you go in the mess hall. Do your thing. They kind
Thank
of
you
like
so
separate slightly.
All right. my dumbass mouth.
There,
Right.
here you see there are people, eating, and there are two guards on either side. I don't have all the guards placed, but and then there are two guards with hammerhead sharks just sort of pacing back and forth, up and down with big swords, and they have shark tails as well.
I see. Well, that's scary. Anyway. How do I use the laser pointer thing? Are these areas here, doors?
Yes, there are a few doors leading out. All of the doors are closed except for this door up here is open.
Okay.
And every once in a while, someone will come out of there carrying food.
Yeah.
Okay, so Okay.
Should we ask one of the guards if we're permitted further?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Should we ask one of the guards if we're permitted further?
That sounds like a good idea. Let's. Yeah, I was asking if the one at the back of the mess hall was a guard or if that token was an inmate.
It's a guard.
Okay. Just gonna swim further in and ask that guard, "Hi, it's been a while since I've done this service. Do we use the mess hall or do we go to a rec room? Is there someplace that would be best for us?"
She kind of like stifles a little bit of a smile, but mostly is like, what the fuck? Like, no, normally you guys just do it in here.
Oh, okay. And are there any inmates who you think would find value in our proselytizing today that we can go visit individually if need be?
I mean, that one's a freak. And she points in the corner to a deep mer who is so one of the tables is clearly broken and there isn't a table. There's actually only 3 tables. And over here there's a deep mer just sitting by themselves, kind of just eating quietly.
All right. Thank you. I'll let you know if we have any other questions or if there is a calling that we feel from any other part.
Yeah, you do that.
Listen, I also don't like the customer service voice. I'm just doing it.
We go over to. Do I recognize the Deepmer?
You do not.
Do you think that Kale would have been the type of person to just hang out with the other Deepmer or Solani, for lack of a better term, the minorities of Genbor?
Well, he's an Ursulani too, so.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of Ursulani and Deepmer that we grew up with. So. But if he's in the annex, is there anyone in here that Thauma recognizes?
Make a perception check.
17.
17. Looking around, you don't see anyone that you recognize. There are people from there are so many different types of people here. Merfolk, there's 1 or 2 Furbolg, there's Ursulani and Deepmer, and none of them are people that you recognize.
Leo's just gonna whisper to Thauma, should we maybe ask the inmates about Kale and see if he comes out at a particular time, or is there a particular time of day that he eats? At least that'd give us some more information.
While y'all do that, I'm going to and Elomi takes a deep breath as if to center themselves before saying the next bullshit. I'm going to be singing a few songs in the spirit of Daedea. If y'all can use this time to look devout while also asking these questions, I think that would be a good cover for you.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I'm just gonna sing Kumbaya in the mess.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, like, if you could sit cross-legged on a table and just like kumbaya it out.
Would it be
Kumbaya.
would it be kumbaya? No, kombuya. You know, like the seaweed kombu.
Oh, kombu, yeah.
Kombu.
I like that. Kombu, yeah. It's not me doing it, but I want to die.
Leo's
Where are you doing that? Sorry. Where are you placing yourself, Elomi?
I was just going to be pacing up and down the center of the rec hall while strumming.
Okay. As you're like going up and down, the hammerhead sharks kind of snip at you every time you pass them.
They want the snack.
And Leo, what are you doing?
Leo's gonna swim over to someone who looks chill, like who doesn't look like they're gonna narc on them. Can I make an insight check or something
Sure.
to see if anyone fits that particular bill? Insight. Let's see how it go. 17 for insight.
Okay. So you looking around, you find there's some like art looking people in here, and then there's some that just kind of look like a guy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You see a what do you see over here on this sort of end of the bench? You see a merfolk man who is kind of like having a bit of a surprisingly jovial laugh with the people around him as he's eating his food.
Cool. I'm gonna go over and insert myself in that conversation.
I'm
You just like
kidding.
wiggling in between on the bench. So they're all like laughing, and one of them's like pounding the table and just like and then you like wiggle in between, and they all just kind of stop and look at you.
Have any of you folks ever seen gargoyle flesh? And I'm going to pull out my gargoyle flesh and slap it on the table.
What the? They all just kind of stare at you, and then the one on the corner looks down and picks it up and sniffs it and licks it.
Wouldn't recommend that, but pretty cool, right?
You killed a gargoyle?
Yep.
Damn! What's your name?
Name's Leo. What's yours, mate?
My name's Leo.
No way! Is he telling the truth?
Oh no.
He immediately goes, no, my name's not that cool. No, I'm Brand. How's it going?
Nice to meet you, Brand.
What are you? Oh no! And he kind of looks down and sees the like symbol of Didea that you're wearing, and his face kind of falls a little bit. And he's like, "Oh, I thought you guys weren't supposed to kill. What's that about?"
Oh, you know, this was a few years ago. Change of heart, you know. But I've got a bit of a past, you know. I'm going for like the cool youth pastor vibes.
The cool youth pastor with one sentence.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just here to have a chat. Don't need to talk about that religious stuff if you don't want to. So, yeah, how's it going?
Make a persuasion check.
That's not bad. That's a 16.
Oh.
Right. He kind of looks at his buddies and kind of waves his hand. He's like, I'm all right. How are you?
You know, I've had better days, but you know, meeting you fellas have definitely cheered me up. So this is like the first time I've ever been in this place. So tell me, how's it going? Do they treat you all right? You know, do you get to hang out here for very long, or is it like a short get in, have your meal, get out type scenario? I'd love to know.
Well, after we finish eating, we go get our tools and we go to work.
What kind of work do they have you doing?
You know, labor.
That doesn't sound nice. You're too beautiful for manual labor.
Oh,
A flatterer. Well, you know.
You know, I'm not allowed to
I
kill
thought so
anymore, but it
too.
doesn't mean I can't kill in a different way, if you know what I mean, if you catch my drift.
Oh, man. You planning on committing any crime soon? I'd like to hang out more.
I mean, I don't mind a bit of mischief myself.
unless.
I mean, if it meant that I got to hang out with you more, I mean, I could be tempted, I could be persuaded.
I can't. As Elomi like swims past singing their song, he's like, "You're not with this. Like, this. You're in the same group.
In the same group, but yeah.
Mostly Elomi has this dead fisheye look.
But you know,
Bambooyah.
they're all right. They're just very deep into the Kool-Aid. I'm not here to convert you, my friend. I'm just here to learn more about what goes on here, make sure, you know, that things are going okay, and see if there's any way that I can, like, support you, you know? Be a good ear to listen in and, you know, a shoulder to cry on, all of that stuff.
Well, I mean, pretty much we get up, we eat, we work, and we try to stay out of lockup.
So you said labor, is that like, do they have you working in some mines? Do they have you, like, doing some sort of, like, I don't know, basket weaving? What sort of labor do you do? And does it happen within the prison, or do you have to, like, go out in groups and do this work?
Oh, the you know, some of it's upstairs, some of it's in the yard. It kind of depends. Sometimes we get to work on textiles. Sometimes we get to do laundry. You know, sometimes we get to break rocks. Sometimes we get to shelve books.
Yeah, I do say that variety is the spice of life, so at least you're not doing the same thing day in, day out. It's something.
I suppose. My favorite is kitchen duty.
Is that because that's where the food is?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then his buddies are like, "No, don't let him on kitchen duty. He's the worst cook. Never let him on kitchen duty." And then they kind of like punch each other, you know, like bros do. I don't know what bros do.
Lyra's gonna like laugh, and then they're gonna lean in all seriously and go, "Right, I've heard a rumor, and I like my stories. I like a good yarn. I've heard that there is someone in this prison who's locked up for some sort of big, massive. What was Kale in for again? Some sort of
terrorism or something? I don't know.
No, terrorism.
like some sort of big
A heist.
a heist.
Like basically a bank heist.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. I heard that there's someone locked up for some sort of big like heist thing. I do like a good story, and like I don't know if you've read any of like those really cool novels, but I'm hoping to write one myself one day, and I'd like to base it on this cool guy that I've heard only a little bit about. So if you know any more about this person, I think his name's Kyle or Quay. Maybe it was Kale.
Maybe quinoa or something? I don't know.
He's kind of listening and thinking. He goes, "Well, I don't know any of those names, but I do know a group was brought in a while back and almost immediately taken to the annex."
Is that like a special place? Like, do they not mix with you folks? Do they do work and whatnot, or are they like kept away because they're like big hardened criminals that can't hang out with you folks?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I think that they keep them there because they don't want them talking to anybody about their crimes. So I don't really know what they did, but I know that they came in, they were here for one day, and then immediately got taken out to the annex.
That doesn't seem very humane.
It's prison.
I mean, prisons suck, and like if we had an ideal world, we wouldn't have them at all, would we? But even
then, where would I meet people like you?
Hey. Well, it's been good talking to you, Brand, and you know what? You keep this piece of gargoyle flesh. Keep my meat. It's
He takes it and he looks at you and then he puts out a fist for like a fist bump and is like, and he sticks it in his pocket.
All right. I guess I gotta pretend like I'm doing work or something. We're gonna go talk to some other folks. I hope you have a absolutely swimming day, and it was good to just sit here and vibe with you all. All right, and then I'm gonna swim on out. End scene. Cut.
I'm crying. I'm crying. That was beautiful.
Just fucking glorious. What is Thauma doing during all of this?
I'm still not recovered from keep my meat.
I need to remove it from my inventory.
Okay, so while that was happening, Thauma was gonna go to the Deepmer that the guard pointed out as being a freak.
Okay.
And
sorry, hold on. Okay. So you're gonna go over there.
yeah, and just like, well, just chill and sit down and say hi.
He is kind of eyeing you as he eats his food, and as you get closer, he's a very dark blue, but like a translucenty dark blue almost, and has a really big scar that goes like all down the side of his head and into his like shoulder, armpit, like just straight down. And he's just kind of eyeing you and eating. And you said you say hi?
Yeah.
He's gonna like give you a small nod.
And just the guard seems to, and then just like nod towards the guard that Elomi had talked to. Seems to be under the impression that you need to hear our message the most out of everyone here.
He raises an eyebrow and kind of like snorts, like, and does not say anything.
Yeah. I mean, I find it all kind of bullshit, but needed to get in here.
What? You needed to get in?
And be able to get out.
Care to elaborate?
Care to not narc on us? I do an insight check. Just like before I make a complete ass of myself.
Yeah, make Make an insight check.
I'm gonna make a complete ass of myself. It's a natural one. 2 total.
He seems
Just-
quiet.
Really, I just really am looking for information.
What kind of information?
Some people who I used to know, they had themselves picked up, and I want to make sure they're okay. I haven't heard from them.
What they do?
Pissed off some kind of important people around here.
So did a lot
Took
of
some
us.
stuff.
You said took some stuff?
Took some stuff. Took some money to reallocate funds.
Where are they from?
Around here.
Define around here.
Try not to give too much away. Mostly from all over, really, but fairly close to here. If they got picked up for prison here, what did you think?
Where are they from?
Tabora.
You see, like, well, slight reaction on his face.
Just want to make sure they're, not dead.
I don't think they're dead.
Happened. Do you see the group that came in at all?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate?
Yeah. They came in. They were here for one day. And they put them in lockup for one day after that. And that was the same day I was in lockup. And then they took them out to the annex.
Is there a way to get to the annex?
Pick a fight with a guard.
Is there a way to get to the annex and get back out again?
Be a guard? Actually,
he kind of you and eats, just like takes some more bites of his food and looks like he's thinking. Oh, I know I can trust you.
I didn't get picked up with them, did I? I managed to stay. Keep somebody on the outside to help.
Are you one of them?
I will not elaborate on that.
Was that in or out of character?
That is in character.
Okay.
Plausible deniability.
My buddy in lockup found something really interesting in there. I don't know how you're going to get out of lockup, but like if you could get in lockup, probably be helpful.
I'm not there, but can you ask them if magic works in lockup?
You know, we have zero reason to believe each other. I mean, I came in with who I came in here with, and just point to Elomi. Singing their merry little songs.
At this point, he cracks like the tiniest smile and is like, "Do they know another song?" Like,
they're usually a lot better than this. They're helping. Unfortunately, that's their help.
There's nothing better to drown out talking about sensitive things when you hear someone loudly sing kombucha right next to them.
sorry, what were you saying?
I lost my train of thought. But I don't know what I'd be able to do from the outside to help you. But I can try if you can help me.
All right. What do you need?
I need to be able to get to the annex or in the lockup if there's something in there you think would help. We have a plan, but we need magic. We need to be able to use it.
I mean, you can't cast spells in here. Magical items do work, but they take them, obviously. I'm pretty sure if you have cast a spell, you can get in. I don't know if the spell actually dissipates. I don't think it does. But you can't cast anything in here.
That might
Can't
actually be
cast or
kind of
can't
helpful.
cast undetected.
Sorry, what did you say, Thauma?
I actually might be able to work with that.
But also, well, I'm pretty sure there's a control room that houses the
Sorry, last face.
I'm 100% up for property damage. Like, I am down.
I'm pretty sure there's a control room that houses where they can, have the shiny rock that controls the magic field.
It's like anti-magic control.
That's the one.
I'm trying to take notes here.
What?
I'm trying to take notes real quick so I can.
Okay.
With magic not working in here, are people not able to cast? Or do they just know that it's been cast? Like an alarm versus not being able to?
You can't. It won't work.
Okay. Well, because I know in the lobby there was the doorway went off if you did magic too close to it.
Mm-hmm. It's because it like, I don't know.
That impulse between the DM wanting to explain and the NPC not having a fucking clue.
Yeah.
I've been there many times. I'm like, oh shit. They
get
wouldn't know that. They wouldn't know that.
You said a buddy of yours found something in lockup. A buddy a guard?
He just like laughs, and it's like a really weird cackly laugh. No.
Oh, you never know how people end up in places. I don't know. How'd your buddy get into lockup to be able to find something?
He's too feisty. But I know he gets put in the lockup a lot, and always comes back with information.
What's his name?
Was that?
What's his name?
Fuck off. That's the worst question. He has a name. Isn't that great? It's fucking Johnny.
Okay, so fucking Johnny.
This was on my floor.
He has a catfish tail. It all fits.
Oh my god, yep. How'd you know?
Does the Dietmar have a name? Because I'm going to ask that too.
He did. I had it a second ago. It's Johnny.
So we got Johnny and fucking Johnny.
My name's Jack.
Alright, Jack. I very much appreciate you talking with me and helping what you can. I'll see what I can do.
Good luck.
I don't know. What. If our plan works, get up and just be like, and Daya bless you, and do like whatever. If there's like a finger cross motion or whatever.
Not really. You could just do an open palm wave, like these are not the droids you're looking for. Like, does not matter.
He does the same gesture back, whatever it is you do, but then like subtly flips it into flipping you off. Just like
It's all just laughs.
I like that.
It's like, that's just fucking hilarious.
Elomi's looking around with those dead fish eyes, trying to make sure, are we good now? Are we good?
The longer you're singing, the more that the sharks seem interested in sniffing you.
You're gonna allow me, just please, for the love of all that is holy, sing a new song.
Excellent. Maybe we can also sing down some other corridors, because it seems like I've worn out my welcome here. At least in this area.
Yeah, there's the hallway there. I don't know if we're able to go through it. We can get Leo. I've got the freak gentleman was very nice to speak with.
Oh, that's lovely.
So if we're all gathering, I'll gather with you.
Yeah.
Hey, sup, I noticed you left your gargoyle flesh.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta leave like a little bit of meat behind to keep possibilities open.
I'm an adult.
So far, I just want to say, I think there's been a total, I don't know if this is flirting or not, but like if it is, this is only the second instance of it, and we had the butch mayor and then prison inmate.
Priorities, as always.
I flirt with both sides of the law.
Yeah.
But you only leave your meat on one side, apparently.
Look, I'm just assuming because it's gargoyle flesh, it's always hard, so.
Let's take a short break. I'm sorry.
Maybe this is a good time to take a bathroom break. Welcome back. All right, so we have now composed ourselves. What are we doing next?
I'm gonna see if we can go. If we're allowed to go through the room. It was this one up here, right?
I don't see a laser pointer. That was indicated as the kitchen.
That's the kitchen. Okay, what is the one that's the... Is that the only open one then? Is the kitchen?
Yes, all the other doors are closed.
Okay. Are we able to go into the kitchen?
As you
We'll
approach,
happily start walking towards it.
as you approach, the guard who's hanging out there on the corner is kind of like, "What do you need? Can I help you?" Oh no, that's a lady guard. That's right. She says, "What do you need? Can I help you?"
Are we able to speak with the people in the kitchen? If it doesn't interrupt their work?
Make a persuasion check.
Natural 20.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I
What?
shit you not. Plus 5. So 25.
She just kind of like, "Go ahead. Just don't interrupt their work, please. They gotta make me food." She says that.
Once I pass her, just...
She does not seem to notice.
Wait until I was past her.
Maybe she has really good hearing. You're going into the kitchen. It would be helpful if you could see the kitchen.
One of the benefits of wearing a mask everywhere is you can make fun of people like that and they have no idea.
Exactly. Also,
So
fascinated about working in phone customer service.
oh, nice. It's a pretty small kitchen, but there is kind of a stove-ish looking thing directly in front of the door, and there are two inmates kind of just cooking, and it's pretty bustly. There's one person preparing vegetables over on the table, and there's a shelf with supplies, and then there's another door to the right.
Are there any guards? Were there any guards in here?
There are no guards in here. The only one is the lady guard, who is close enough that she can see in, and she kind of moves towards the door every once in a while to like glance in.
Okay, so Elomi doesn't need to create a sound camouflage, really.
And how many people were working in?
Oh, there's 4. Place people.
I'm gonna wander to whatever is cooking over the underwater coals.
It is grilled seafood, and they're like, adding some spices. It's kind of very like cheap diner, like quick, fast, hot cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Waffle House.
Prison Waffle House.
Yes.
Alright,
And one of them kind of eyes you, but keeps what they're doing.
how often does the guard look in? Like,
Not super often. Like, she kind of follows you towards the door and kind of just pokes her head in, and then she kind of wanders off. And as you were sitting around earlier, you notice it's like it could be several minutes before she pokes her head in again.
I don't know which one I want to talk to.
There are 2 merfolk, a Furbolg, and an Ursulani.
I'll probably go over to the Ursulani. Which one?
The Ursulani is the one in the corner by the other door. This one right here.
Oh, you have a pink laser pointer. That's cute.
You know you can change the color, right?
No way.
Once you click on
I'll have to
the
check
Yeah,
that
the
later.
little red dot up top.
and
I'm gonna
change
have
it
to see that
something
later.
else.
Now it's blue. Anyway, Owlbear. Okay, so you head over to the Ursulani, and they are
Yeah.
stirring what looks like like a simmering pot.
Like, and just ask if they know where this door next to us goes.
That's the supplies. Like the food stuff. Wait, who are you guys? And they seem to have just noticed that you're like in here. Like, excuse me, what?
Technically part of didactic services. Listen, I just sang kombuya out there for like 5 minutes. Can I just rest for
That was you?
I'm so
Brandis
sorry.
just like a spoon at you.
I hated it too. Don't worry. It's
Are there any crates of like food and supplies, and do they have any like distributor names on them or anything?
Not in this room.
intriguing angle.
Just gathering as much information so we can actually come up with a better plan.
There's so this here is a small set of shells that has like some ingredients on it, but it looks like they're thrown into like baskets that maybe came out of larger crates in the room next door.
Have y'all already done the do people just come in here to get their food, or do you also deliver to like the annex?
Why are you asking about the annex?
Let's pretend that I'm a holy or something. They probably need some more guidance.
Did you say that word for word? Is that how you said it?
Yeah, they just sang they just sang kombuya for 5 minutes. Also, the guard isn't listening.
Damn. Make a persuasion check.
My persuasion +5. +4. 16.
All right. So what was the question exactly?
Does everyone come in here to get their food, or does someone deliver it to the annex?
So certain people are assigned to deliver food to the annex. Most people don't get to go out to the annex. It's really only the people that the guards like.
Interesting.
Or it's like any of you guys?
I mean, none of us have been to the annex. Actually. Hey, Freddie! Freddie! Okay, he's a little hard of hearing. He's there's like lots of stove noises. Freddie! And eventually the one at the stove next to Elomi looks up. What? Yep. And then he goes over to get closer so that he's not like yelling. You've been to the annex, right? Like they let you go to the annex once. Freddy's like, oh yeah, a couple times. So he's been.
Is there a way to get to there from here? From this building?
Go. I mean, you get let out the back. But it's like heavy guard detail on food duty. This is Freddy now. This is not the other one. This is not the Ursulani. This is the merfolk. They all have the same voice. And also he's talking kind of hushed.
Do they allow any visitors for the annex?
Absolutely not. What are you looking for?
More people to sing for. I could sing in here if you want.
Oh God, get out.
I was joking.
You better be joking. And he brandishes a hot poker at you.
oh, shrimp.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We're good with the singing for now. More of a who than a what.
What?
It's more of a who than a what that we're looking for. I make sure he's okay. Not a lot of information coming out of here.
You need to get into lockup.
What's that? How do we get out of lockup once we're in? I would really rather not get arrested.
I don't know how you're going to get in, but you need to get into lockup. You cut up.
Where is lockup in relation to where we are?
Are you asking him?
Yeah.
He turns around and looks out. He looks out the kitchen door. And he kind of watches for a while. And then the guard comes back in and pokes her head in.
I'm gonna try some of the broth in front of me and go, good soup. Good soup. Everything's totally normal in here.
They're really enjoying their visit.
Yeah, so she just kind of looks in and then goes back out. And then he leans forward over the hot, like, stove cooking grill area and he says, into the food, he says, it's that door right there. And then to the right. Anyway, food. And he turns around and goes out carrying some food towards the table.
Okay.
Can I slip into the pantry room?
As you approach the pantry, you feel a tentacle grab you, and the Ursulani is not looking at you and says nope, because they continue what they're doing.
Just wanted to see who supplies your food, that's all.
You do
Make
not
sure you're getting...
want to get caught going in there. Nobody goes in there without an escort.
Guard escort?
Yes.
Fair enough.
That checks, yeah.
And just like whoosh away from the Okay, so which door is it? Out in the main room that's a lockup.
Was it the double door or was it the door past the broken table?
He was trying to imply the door closest to the kitchen door, so this double door that guard is right by.
Okay.
And then he said, and then to the right.
I have the inkling of an idea, but it's not a good plan.
I mean, our original plan is completely bunk now, so... At least at this point.
About what? Am I about the size of the guard that keeps pacing between the double doors and the kitchen?
I mean, she's pretty tall.
Okay.
I have a very dumb idea. This is all above table. That requires knowledge of Ursulani anatomy.
Great. Go for it. We're just pull up the document.
In an octopi have octopuses
Octopodes.
have
Octopodes.
octopodes.
Because
Have
pus
a
is the Greek for foot and podes is the
center.
plural.
Yes.
What's the question
Because-
about octopuses?
Okay, so they have a beak in between all their tentacles, because that's where their mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay,
Your mouth is on your face.
I know that. I am aware of that. But prison pocket.
Yes, that's your butthole.
So what would you put in the second clamshell that we would bring past the guards?
okay.
How would that work?
The spell that Elomi has to basically make them like they're dead, the fake death.
Uh-huh.
If we can find that as like a potion, and it's a vial.
I don't think there's a way to.
I didn't know if it had a beak. Enter with a beak, but I didn't know if there's a beak or not because I don't
It's
want to
an
put it up
anus.
to anything.
It's an anus. It is your butthole. The sphincter out of which your shit
That's why.
protrudes. Extrudes, rather.
That's why I needed. But you see where I'm going, because if they didn't do a squat and cough, they just kind of patted me down. If I had a beak,
I
but I
mean,
don't have a beak, so we're not going there.
I see your logic so far, but how do you know of anything that can transform? Like, what type of magic is this anyway?
Should be necromancy.
No, I was gonna say if like
Probably necromancy, yeah.
if there was like a potion, like the Draught of the Living Dead or whatever.
Do you think they just have that lying around here?
Well, we would have to leave and come back.
It is necromancy.
An idea, and I needed an answer before I could fully form the idea. Like I said, it was a stupid question.
The dumb idea that I had, which does not involve prison pockets, was just to knock out the female guard and put her in the supply closet and take her clothes.
Guys, octopi eat poop.
That is not a fun fact.
I don't
Yeah,
feel,
not a fun fact.
I don't
It's
feel
a pretty
fun by
shitty
it.
fact, actually.
They skipped that at Marine Science Camp. We learned how they all make babies, but we did not learn how they poop.
Fun times. I had very
Yeah.
weird questions that have led to very weird knowledge that I should have planned ahead to learn and be okay with learning.
Listen, I blame you.
Yeah, it is my fault. I will own that 100%.
What was the
Not putting things.
question?
I had originally wanted to know, just basically if there was a beak that I could like hold it.
No,
like,
we've
in a
moved
mouth.
past that. Alex had asked a question.
Right. Okay.
We were done talking about your butthole for now.
So, ignoring the octa-prison pocket, I had a plan that involved knocking out the female guard and wearing her clothes so that I looked like a guard, and at least I would smell one to the hammerheads, and that I could bring us to lockup.
There are at least 4 other guards in that room.
I know, it's a dumb idea. I never said it was smart. It just seemed more feasible.
Until we got our dumb idea.
Look, it just seemed a little bit better of an idea than leaving and coming back with a beak idea.
Everybody make an
Thauma.
insight check.
Insight.
19.
3.
10.
8.
Thauma, you see that this person, the other
Hold on. Yep.
this person, the other merfolk, no, sorry, this person, the other merfolk inmate, is giving you all the side eye during this conversation. Like a strong side eye.
I wasn't in character.
I
wasn't in
mean,
character planning.
you didn't discuss this plan outside of the prison, so for Elomi to say, like, we could knock out the guard,
Oh.
it has to have been, like, some portions, I'm not saying you said all of those things, but some portions of this conversation have to have been said out loud. And so I will say that it wasn't, like, as graphic or detailed as, but some of these ideas have been gently mentioned out loud.
I'm going.
Should.
Oh, I didn't say that person. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's just
no.
Thauma.
Just me. I'm just gonna go over and say we should not be discussing things so loud. And maybe just go over to the other merfolk and be like, hi.
The one who was giving you the side eye?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand behind Thauma and look buff.
Look, Bob.
He's chopping vegetables and says, hello.
No need to be giving dirty looks.
Excuse me?
I saw the way you were looking at us.
Yeah, that's dangerous talk for in here. I
Heart's
don't
not
really
paying
want to
attention at
end
the
up
moment.
in lockup.
Apparently we do.
Well, there's a plan.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but please leave me the fuck out of it.
Fair
You
enough.
sure you don't want to join? We can join. We can implicate you. That sounds like fun.
He puts down his utensils and starts to, like, slowly back towards the door.
It's like, and Leah's going to say, don't squeal or we will implicate you.
Make an intimidation check.
Please be good, please be good, please be good. 16.
What did you say, Thauma?
Oh, I didn't. I was gonna be start like leave. We could leave him alone, but it did not finish.
You said don't squeal or we will implicate you.
Yep.
And so he's like backing towards the door and he says, "Man, fuck you guys," and he darts out the door. He looks pretty scared.
We might need to cut this visit short.
Yep. We need more planning time. Can you sing us an exit?
Take me down to the river. Take me down to the river. I don't
Make
know
a performance check at disadvantage, please.
Yeah, Christ. Oh, I can do that over here. That's an 8. 8 plus 5 is 13.
13. Okay. People don't seem suspicious of your like poor attitude towards what you're singing, but it's obvious to your companions that you're not really like committing to the bit. Are you leaving the kitchen?
Yeah.
Leo's going to leave. And the moment I step out, I'm going to see if I can see that merfolk who left before.
Make a perception check.
Perception. That is a 23.
23. He is sitting on the bench over here, eating like over a bowl of food, and he looks pissed.
But he's not talking to a guard.
He's not talking to anybody.
Cool.
I think maybe we should go back to the temple.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to bite the bullet shrimp, as it were, and talk to Lotura.
Okay. Are you heading out then?
Yes, I'm gonna stop singing as soon as we hit the double doors out into the what do you call it? Guard foyer?
Well, I call it the prison foyer.
The prison foyer.
You know, prisons have foyers, right?
The entrance hall to the prison, the guard square.
Okay, so as you head out into the room with the statue, excuse me, you see somebody who wasn't there before. There's an extra person. He is dressed very regally, has like a bright purple kind of sash across his chest. He doesn't look like the statue, but he definitely shares a resemblance to the statue, and everyone is kind of at attention as he's talking with them.
Would Elomi recognize this person?
Possibly. Oh, I forgot you're on a different device.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not exactly subtle. Enjoy my ceiling fan.
Dude, side note, I was watching a wedding on Zoom last night because my friend got married in India, and this one chick was literally brushing her teeth. Like, everyone else had their cameras off except for one couple and a lady brushing her teeth. Yes. Yeah, so there's a guy there, and yeah, that's it. Do you head back through the like magical barrier?
Leo will.
Once again, you feel that little like tingly, tickly thing, but it lets you pass right through, and you're back into the first room that you were in.
Where's that guy with the purple sash now?
He is standing over the lower of the two desks, speaking in hushed tones with the person at the desk.
Elomi's going to pull their cowl up and say, "Pardon me, it looks like you are in need of a blessing from Daidea," and just sort of try to meet the eye of the person with the purple sash.
Okay. He looks up and looks disgruntled and looks at you. Excuse me?
I thought that you looked stressed, and I'm here with the temple, so I thought that I would help you out by giving a short blessing.
Make a performance check.
No recognition of... I know my hair's different, but Christ.
Also make an insight check. Or make your performance check first.
Yeah. So fucking dark in here now. 23. 23 performance and insight, was it?
Yeah.
Uh, 22.
Okay, so as you say these things to him, you can tell that he is quite angry at being interrupted, for starters, and seems confused for a brief moment, and then is back to angry.
My mistake. Daidea, light your steps. Your laps.
You would do well to mind your business.
Of course.
And he turns back to what he was doing. So you...
I take it you know who that is?
Yeah.
As you enter this room, this next room, the person who collected your belongings looks up and says, "Oh, you're finished already?"
They got tired of my songs.
Yeah, so did we. Please leave. And plops a tray of your belongings.
I'll say, thanks. Next time we come back, hopefully we've got a bit more of a repertoire going on. Maybe we can build up a bit more rapport.
Hopefully. And you are able to
May
collect your
Daidea bless
belongings.
you.
And you.
Wow.
You are able to collect your belongings and you may depart if you wish.
Yes, I will take all of my belongings. Thank you.
We're going to leave, and as soon as I hit the road, I'm going to say, that guy in the purple sash is my older brother.
You're what now?
Perhaps I should explain as we swim.
Please do.
So I never talked about my family. And I think now would be a good time to tell you. My brother is the first in command of all of Gampor's armies. How much do you know about who takes command of the military?
Leo definitely
I'm
doesn't
gonna
know.
assume him.
Thauma, roll a history check.
21? 18 plus 3?
You're pretty sure it's someone like really, really high up.
Holy shit!
Yeah. I didn't get to hang out with my siblings much growing up, but I thought for sure that he'd recognize me.
Well, clearly your makeup's too damn good if you didn't.
I
You
looked
did roll a
confused for a second.
24.
I did roll like a 24. Damn, I was too good.
The one time we needed you to slightly suck at makeup. It's the one
Shit.
time you do really well.
I can't think of anything else that I could have done. And everyone on this side of the city knows my normal face.
So, I guess your brother's one of the ones looking for you? Or put the order out to find you?
That would be my hope. But the fact that they put so much force into it, I don't know if it's for a good reason or not. I'd like to believe that he's got good intentions, but I don't know.
What's your brother's name?
Brightthread.
What?
Brightthread.
Brightthread.
I looked it up earlier.
Thank you.
You said you described him as looking like the statue of the king that's in there? Was that the king that's in there?
That was the statue
statue?
of the king, and he shared some similar features. That's how you spell it.
Thank you.
Are you
Yeah.
freaking royalty?
Shh. Yes, but I didn't really get the royal treatment per se. As a third born, you don't really get much, you know?
Dear Christ.
Our older sister is in line for the throne. She's receiving all the lessons. My older brother is handling all of the military affairs. I've got a very particular setup in that. And so they kind of stuck me in the temple partly for safekeeping. But I'm not made to be in a fishbowl, man. I want to be out in the sea.
That seems fair. I wouldn't want to be kept in the temple if my heart belonged to swim in the seas. That's for sure.
I just feel like in order to, even if I were to truly follow the teachings of Daidea, which I might, I don't know. It's just been sort of forced upon me as of yet. I'll make that decision later. I think that being out there among the people is really important in how you would spread that message of love and acceptance, rather than being holed up here in a walled city, only taking people that pay.
Yeah, I see that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So I guess that kind of explains the over the top reactions that like guards and stuff have had when they've seen you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
So we don't know why they're looking for you other than the fact that you've like fucked off and they're like, where are you?
that's my first guess, but the way that they're doing it is something that they've never done before. I don't know if something major happened. I don't know if there's been a coup. Gods forbid.
Has there been anything
I
like
think we would have heard.
yeah, like because we've been like reading like newspapers and stuff while we've been
Oh yeah, the
staying
kelp
at
reviews.
and others presumably. Has there been anything about the royal family or
I would say in like the newspapers that you've read, there are sort of boring announcements, nothing major.
I mean, Leo probably didn't absorb them because they didn't realize that that would be important.
Did Elomi read any of the newspapers?
Probably just skimming to see if Elomi was on the front page.
Elomi, you may have noticed that there was actually maybe less about the goings on in the castle than you would normally expect on any given day.
It's quieter than usual.
Could there be something wrong that's happening? Like maybe the family is being like, I don't know. Have you ever seen, you probably have, one of those like traveling like puppet theater show things? Like what I'm imagining is like, right, if someone had something over the royal family, maybe they're like doing like a little puppeting thing and like puppeting them and maybe controlling the amount of information that gets out about them. I don't know, just a thought. But it might be worth trying to get in touch with either your brother or your sister and find out if they're behind it, because they might not be behind it. Like behind.
Do you trust either of them?
I mean, your brother did seem like a little bit of a prick, but
He's got a lot of pressure going on, and he didn't recognize me. He's
still, you don't talk to people like that, even though you think, even when you're stressed, like that's just downright rude.
yeah, I can't say anything about that.
I mean, you don't talk to people like that.
Aww. What's the
Is there
best way
anyone
to
in
get it?
your household you can trust?
Latura would probably be the most trustworthy, and would be outside of the temple. So if there was outside of the palace, excuse me. So if there was something icky going on there, I could talk to Latura about it.
I think that's probably smart. Because if we can at least get a few more, well, one, find out what the hell is going on, because I'm very confused. We might end up with a few more allies, which would be very helpful. Or, you know, at least get some clarification on where your family stands. Or
At the very least, it
tell
still
yet.
seems.
Because we can't go further with our plan. Right?
Latura would also be able to arrange us more consistent entry to the prison. Probably. I mean, I'll for me, I'll probably be grounded until like 50, but like
You're your own Murray. You should be able to leave.
I know. And I see where they're coming from, too.
I mean, you've been out for how long now, and you haven't gotten into serious trouble.
Yeah, the most trouble I got into was probably from guards.
So, I know I'm kind of like jumping all over the place, but did we know how Kale got that note out of the prison? That seems, based on what we saw in there, that seems like an incredible feat.
Lockdown, maybe?
But didn't he say he was in the annex already?
But didn't someone also mention someone coming to and from the annex in lockdown?
Yeah, there might be someone. Trying to find where my notes on the note are. Yeah, if there's someone who's on food delivery duty, it might not be as bad as the guards are with wanting to keep things, as hush hush as possible.